Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another mock draft. This is post free agency and post all the weird trades that went down with the Niners, Dolphins, and Eagles. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it now. For the first pick, a lot of people have been thinking it's Trevor Lawrence, but I think a lot of people don't take into account one of the most prestigious awards. I think if you look at it overall, the best player in college football last year won the Heisman, Devonta Smith. I don't see how the Jaguars can pass up on a talent like Devonta Smith. I mean, he was one of the first receivers in a very long time to win the Heisman. I mean, his production at Alabama was just unquestioned. I don't see how the Jaguars can pass on him. So we're going to go Devonta Smith, number 1 to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the Jets are sitting here at number 2. The Jets need a lot of positions. I think they really like Sam Darnold. And I think Sam Darnold still has a lot to show with Adam Gase leaving. I mean, he's showing a lot of promise. So I think they're going to stick with Sam Darnold. And what you need, what they always say is a quarterback's best friend is a good running game. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we get the most valuable position, in my eyes, the most valuable position on the football field, a good running back. We're going to go ahead and Najee Harris, number 2 overall to the Jets. Get Sam Darnold, a quarterback's best friend, Najee Harris, a great back who can play 3 downs. I think that'll be a home run pick for the New York Jets at number 2. Now moving on to number 3, the San Francisco 49ers trade up to the pick number 3 with the Miami Dolphins. They're trading up. They traded up actually at the BYU Pro Day, and I don't think it's a coincidence that happened at that Pro Day. They liked what they saw. They saw what they saw at the BYU Pro Day. They liked what they saw, so they're going to go ahead and get themselves Brady Christensen from BYU. They loved what he did at his pro day. Right after the pro day, went out and made that trade. They couldn't pass up on a guy like him and his talent at the number 3. That would be a great pick. Pair him across from Trent Williams, and you got yourself a tackle duo down in San Fran. Now moving up to number 4, I know you guys think Trevor Lawrence is dropping, but I think a team will take advantage here of the Falcons. I think they kind of want to trade out, so I think the Falcons are actually going to trade out of this pick. And I'm going to have the New England Patriots trading up for this pick. Now, I believe I'm just going to go with these first. I'm saying probably like maybe the Patriots throw in an extra second-round pick next year. Maybe Nelson Aguilar, and I think they can trade up here. Get the number 4 overall pick, and where they're going to select Trevor Lawrence. Bill Belichick's master plan has been to get Trevor Lawrence the whole time. The draft falls out perfectly. They trade up. Only give up probably like a second to Nelson Aguilar, like I said, and get themselves the quarterback of the future for the New England Patriots. Now moving on to pick number 5. We have the Cincinnati Bengals. They got Joe Burrow. He was kind of hurt. I know O-line is, but I don't really like how the O-line board's looking right now with the top tackle definitely off the board. So I'm looking at the Bengals here. I want to go keep Joe Burrow happy. So I'm going to get a guy who Joe Burrow played with in college, had great chemistry, great receiver in my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and get Terrence Marshall Jr., great LSU receiver, played with Joe Burrow, has some great connection with him. I think he'd fit right in Cincinnati, and that would create a great receiving trio in there in Cincinnati. Now moving on to pick number 6, the Dolphins traded back from 3 to 12 and then 12 back up to 6 with the Eagles. Now if you're looking at the Dolphins, there's been question marks about Tua, and we've seen a lot of things come out about both Jalen Waddle and Devonta Smith came out and said they preferred playing with Mac Jones over Tua, and I think the Dolphins are sitting here looking at, you didn't hit with Tua, but we might be able to hit with another Alabama quarterback. So they're going to draft Mac Jones. We've obviously heard he's way better than Tua from all of his receivers. So why not go get him? Because he's better than Tua from the guys that have said it. So they're going to get Mac Jones, replace Tua Tagovailoa down there. That'd be a home run pick. You missed last year on Tua, but it's okay. You saw what the Cardinals did a couple years ago. Go get yourself a quarterback. Just because you missed doesn't mean you can't go back at it. Now moving on to pick number 7, the Detroit Lions are on the board. They have a lot of holes. They're kind of going through a rebuild. So I think you need to attack the positions they're weaker at. I'm going to go ahead and attack tight end. I'm going to go Kyle Pitts for them. They haven't really put in a lot of assets into tight end the last couple drafts. I know they got Ebron and Hawkinson in the first round in the last couple years, and they've put in a couple first-round picks into tight ends, but you can't miss every single time. So we're going to go Kyle Pitts, stack up that tight end room. I think you can't pass on another tight end if you're the Detroit Lions. Plus, Dan Campbell is a tight end himself, tight ends coach, so he's coming over. That would be a perfect fit for him. Tight end central in Detroit. Now moving on to pick number 8, we have the Carolina Panthers, who are sitting here licking their chops because the board's gone all whack. They got all the quarterbacks they could ask for. Now, I haven't seen much of the quarterbacks class. I don't really know too much about all of them, but one thing I do know is my guy Chris Sims, one of my favorite just NFL analysts going on. I looked at his board, and one guy that really stuck out, he has him, I believe, as his number 3, but Kellen Mond, we're going to go get Kellen Mond. Chris Sims has great things to say about him. I really like what I've heard about him. He's like the number 3, I believe, like I said, on Chris Sims' board, and he would be a perfect fit in Carolina for that team that's really a quarterback away, and Kellen Mond would fill that quarterback role and take them to that next step that I think they can achieve. Now, moving on to pick number 9, the Denver Broncos are up. Yet again, Denver Broncos have very juicy boards. You got guys like Jamar Chase, Trey Lance, Patrick Surtain, Jalen Watt. You got probably, it's a little harder to tell where they're going to go. But looking at their roster, one of the positions that I don't think they've put enough high draft picks into is the receiver position. I think, I know you spent a first round pick on Jerry Jeudy. I know you spent a second on KJ Hamler, second on Cortland Sutton, but it's another position you just have to keep attacking. So in my mind, I'm going to go yet again. Listen to my Chris Sims, his favorite receiver in this draft. I really love Chris Sims' analysis. His favorite receiver in the class. We're going to go ahead and get him here because you can't pass on him. Daimi Brown out of North Carolina. We're going to get him at pick number 9 for the Broncos. I think he's a dynamic playmaker, and like I said, when Chris Sims is high on him, I'm high on him. Daimi Brown, his favorite receiver, he's going at number 9 to the Broncos. Just bolster that receiver room even more, because you know what they say, you can't have enough wide receivers. Now, moving on to pick 10, the Dallas Cowboys. They have a lot of places they can go. Their defense was awful, so I'm not going to do anything dumb. We don't mess around. We're going to go attack the secondary. We got a couple good corners. Caleb Farley kind of scares me with his injury history. He's got a back injury, which is never really good. Eric Stokes, he might be my corner 1 right now. I mean, he ran I think he ran a 4.25 or something. He's probably definitely my corner number 1. We also got T-Rex Robinson, who could be a great pick here. But I'm going to go with another one of my favorite analysts is really high on this guy. It's not Chris Sims. It's my guy MJD, and I'm going to go Javon Holland. MJD has him as a top 10 talent too. I believe him all the way along. Javon Holland, a great playmaker from Oregon. He's just going to help that Cowboys secondary in so many different ways that I can't even speak on it because it's so incredible the things he does. And you know what? I think this top 10 is literally just the perfect top 10 a draft could ever have. I'm actually going to end the mock draft there. If you guys want to see me do the rest of the picks, I can try and go through them, but I think that top 10 is what most people are interested in. And this if this doesn't happen on draft day, I don't know what to tell you. I would put my money on this draft happening exactly like this if it does happen. That's going to be it for me today, though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys think differently about any picks. I thought these were all great picks, but some people might think differently. Let me know what picks you disagreed with, what picks you loved. I know you guys loved a lot of these picks. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thank you guys so much for watching, and happy April Fool's Day.